What's going on, guys? Lucas Sacco here. I'm finally doing the Labrynth videos up. Sorry for the delay. I've had some stuff going on, but I did pull it up today. We're gonna start off the Labrynth combo, showing off this 3-card combo here with the new transaction rollback. We're gonna activate Kuklok, activate Stovey Torby, discard in the rollback, and because Stovey Torby went to graveyard from hand, we can trigger the Kuklok to summon out. So now we have a set Big Welcome and a Kuklok, and we can actually activate the Big Welcome because of the effect of Kuklok. So let's go ahead and do that. Summon from the deck the lovely Labrynth of the Silver Castle, returning Kuklok to hand. Gives us a couple triggers here. We're going to activate the effect of Lovely and the effect of Stovey Torby and Graveyard to summon out. Now after we've summoned out both of those, we've ripped the hand for one, we've summoned out Stovey Torby from grave. Now we're going to activate Rollback's effect. Just by copying the Big Welcome, it's going to summon out Ariana from deck. Trigger the Ariana, it's going to go ahead and give us a draw and summon from hand. You can choose to summon out the other one, the pink girl Ariane, if you want to here. Really doesn't matter. I think Ariana is a little better for the follow-up reason. But then we're going to go activate the effect of Lovely to reset Big Welcome from graveyard. Link 2 into Unchained Soul of Yama. I think that the Unchained cards are necessary in this deck. The deck's inboard, it does have some major problems with it. Just the fact that it does lose to Ash on your inboard if they Ash you on your turn. Or on their turn, sorry. But it's really hard to play through things like that. So I think that the Unchained stuff's necessary. It also helps you play through hand traps really well, which I'll show you later in the video. But we're going to go Sharvara effect, pop this Big Welcome, and then Link 2 is going to set the Escape from deck. So the forms of disruption that we have here. We have Rage to target our opponent's monster and link with it, and we're not locked into any monster type right now, so we can go for an SP Little Knight if we want to, get an extra banish, then get Little Knight's effect to banish there, so we can get like 3 disruptions just off that if we want to. Or we could go the effect of Rage to link with our opponent's monster, go into an Anguish if we want to, so it's just a free removal. We could activate Escape then at that point to pop a monster in itself. We'll get an add back from graveyard, but if you want these cards to resolve in the most plus way possible, the best way is to try to activate Escape of the Unchained first to destroy your Soul of Rage. Pop their monster. That's going to trigger the effect of Soul of Rage to add back, so you can add back that Ariana we put in there for past reasons. And then we can also trigger the effect of Yama to summon Outrage again. That way we can still get the effect to link with our opponent's monster and do 3 things with that disruption line. Not to mention, we do still have Big Welcome to bounce our opponent's monster and trigger the Lovely effect to pop, and the Stovey Torby to get us more follow-up. So that's it for combo number 1. It gives us a draw and multiple lines. For the second line, I'm going to show you a base combo that I have with these 3 cards. This is Kuklok, Ariana, and Arias. These can really be any combination of any Labrynth cards in your deck, but you need 3 of them. Arias definitely helps with a 3-card combo. This is the most resilient hand, and that's why I'm going to show you combos with this and how this can actually even play through multiple hand traps and different types of hand traps to still end on at least like 4 disruptions. It's really strong. But we're going to start this off with activating the effect of Kuklok here. You can do it in the standby phase, main phase doesn't really matter, but we do have to go to the main phase before we can activate the effect of Arias to go ahead and summon from hand. So we're going to go activate Kuklok, discard, activate Arias effect, send him from hand to graveyard, summon out Ariana, chainlink 1 Ariana, chainlink 2 Kuklok to summon from the graveyard. And we're going to use Ariana to add Big Welcome to hand. So keep in mind, we did already activate Kuklok this turn, so if we want, we can just set this Big Welcome and activate it, and that's the play we're going to do here. This, obviously, for this line, I'm just going to show if everything resolves. It's the best possible way it can end up. We're going to summon out Lovely effect to destroy a card in their hand. Then we're going to use the other effect of Lovely to reset this Big Welcome from graveyard. We're going to link 2 into Unchained Soul of Yama, use the effect to add Sharvara, and then use Sharvara to pop this Big Welcome we just set. Now that we have that set up, we can make Soul of Rage, trigger the Sharvara's graveyard effect to set Escape from deck, and this is the end board, right? It's pretty condensed, which I think is a good thing, but also there's a lot of different layers to the board. Your opponent already is starting off with less cards than usual, and you have still some good cards in your hand. You have 2 unknowns that are just like fully unknown and a piece of follow-up. Not to mention you have like a really resilient board. It's hard to out everything here. But on our opponent's turn, the best way that I've found to set up these disruptions is to go for the effect of Solar Rage, go to Anguish. Then you can use the effect of Escape to pop Anguish, pop your opponent's card. That gives you quite a few buttons to click. You can trigger the Anguish to add back to hand, add back Aria so you get some of the Ariana if you want to, and trigger the Yama here. And you might be thinking, what are we summoning now? I mean, these Unchained guys, they're not that good right now. We already used their effects. That's right. Yama summons out any fiend from graveyard. So at this point, Why is it doing that? At this point, we can summon back any fiend. So we can summon back out our Lovely. And then we have our big welcome loaded up if we want to bounce something and then try to snipe their hand or pop a card on their field. That is still an option. We also have the ability to go Arius, discard itself, summon the Ariana. Ariana, Coup Clock effect gets you a lot of different lines, a lot of different things that you can do here. And I'm just adding some cards and showing you what could be here, just as an example. But I'm going to show you what that 3-card combo can do to play around hand traps. Alright, well here's that same 3-card combo. This is the combination of cards you need to go ahead and play around Ash. And here's how you do it. We started off with that Coup Clock just like we did in the beginning. Then we go Arius effect, summon out the Ariana. It's going to trigger out the Chainlink 1 of Ariana to add, Chainlink 2 of Coup Clock, so we couldn't even get Ashed yet. But now we're going to add Big Welcome, set Big Welcome, activate it, and this is where we start to play into an Ash a little bit. So boom, our opponent ashes us, the end all be all of Labrynth. This could be an Ash, it could be a Bell, it could be anything at this point. But it's chained Ash to our card, so what we're going to do is we're going to respond with the effect of Arius to summon out from the graveyard. And this is where the Unchained cards get really good, is playing through hand traps. All you need to resolve the Unchained combo is 2 Fiend monsters and either a face down card or a Fiend. Any Fiend, any face down card, you can set an extra extravagance from your hand if you want to. That's all you need to complete the combo. So if you can get to 3 bodies, boom, you've reached an end board. So through Ash Blossom, we can go Yama, add Sharvara, pop Coup Clock, and then make the Soul of Rage. Effective Sharvara sets this from deck, and boom, we're back to 4 disruptions if we need to. We can go Escape, pop Rage, pop their card, Rage, add back, Yama, summon back, and then we can go Rage, link with their guy, make Little Knight banish, then Little Knight banish again. 3 spot removals and 4 spot removals straight up, and you'll also get an add back off of the Rage, so that's really good. Now I'm going to show you how you play around Imperm. To play around Imperm, all we're going to do is start off the play the same way we did before. We're going to start with Coup Clock effect, then we're going to activate Arius to summon the Ariana, Chainlink 1, Ariana, Chainlink 2, Coup Clock. So this is where our opponent has the opportunity to Imperm us if they want. So if they go Chain Imperm, target our Ariana, easy, we just chain the Arius effect, and look where we are. There's 3 bodies on our field again. We just did the same thing we did 10 seconds ago. Yama at Sharvara, pop Coup Clock, and boom, we have our full board because we link 2 monsters into Rage, and we set the trap from deck. I mean, this is 4 disruptions through a hand trap, man. That's really strong. So that's where the Labrynth combos leave us. It's a very, very resilient deck now that it plays through hand traps well, especially now that it has other traps that it can get to, and the ability to set up multiple disruptions and have longevity, especially with some new cards that come out. I'm going to show you a deck list that has some of these updated cards. This is an example of a Labrynth deck for the Phantom Nightmare format. It has a couple different new cards in it that we can talk about. The first one being Rumpeltuffle, or the Black Goat Laughs, as it's called in the TCG. Very weird name there, but Rumpeltuffle basically reads, declare 1 card name, neither player can special monsters with the same original name for the rest of this turn, except from the graveyard. So that's a really good thing. If it's on the field, you can use it as a disruption there. But the other effect says, you can banish this card from your graveyard, declare 1 monster card name, neither player can activate the effect of monsters on the field with that same original name for the rest of this turn. So some really good interactions to know with this card is that if you discard it off of your furniture, like Chandelier or Stovey Torby, you can trigger this graveyard effect on turn 0. So you can really set up multiple disruptions on your opponent's turn without even getting the turn yet. Against Rescue Ace, what's a really strong thing to do is wait till they summon their Turbulence, and then you can go Stovey Torby effect, discard Rumpeltuffle, activate Rumpeltuffle, calling Rescue Ace Turbulence. What are they going to do? They can't set 4 anymore. We've just turned off their whole end board, and we set a card from deck. Some other things that are key to note here is the Impulse into the Fire Attacker package in the side deck. I think that if you can draw cards, you're going to draw into your 2-3 card combos that play on your opponent's turn, and we should maximize that as much as possible. Feels free to look in the description. I'm going to put this deck download link down there, so you guys are more than welcome to go ahead and grab that. But I do really appreciate you watching today. I will have a voiceless voice video going up next week, as well as a Rescue Ace one. I appreciate you guys letting me know what you guys wanted to see so I can get that content to you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you guys have a great night.